most of the sickness that we have, the people have, is because their energy is not circulating properly. That's why we do yoga, so we can align the energy, which can heal people. Yoga is one of the things, I don't know if you guys ever hear me saying this, but I'll tell you what, yoga is one of the most amazing things you can do in life. Not just because it's yoga and all that stuff, it's just like, as a science, as if you study it and you see what happened to it, it's just amazing to the human body and to the brain. It's just amazing. If you do it for 3 months, every day, twice a day, a proper training, it's just, your body will change, the way you think will change. It's just incredible. Yoga is incredible. Oh well. Okay, so communication. 90% is communication. Ooh, I got good timing. Okay, 90% is communication, 90% is psychology. This depends your life. So this is the one that I want to work the most, because this one is really easy, and I'm going to actually make sure you guys kind of get rid of all your your psychological problems in 1 minute. But this one is the one that we can work every day, every single moment, in every single situation. And you're going to catch yourself complaining a lot. Oh my God, you're going to catch, like the first time I heard this, I went to Mexico and I sit down at the table with the first time with my whole family. I will never forget this. And then my coach told me, your only job this next week is to check how many people complain. So I sit down, and it was someone's birthday. It was someone's birthday, and then they brought a cake. So it was my aunt, my mom, my brothers, and they start, the cake is good. No, but remember the one del Castillo, ¿te acuerdas de ese? Ah, no, ese sí estaba bueno. And they start talking for 30 minutes about the cake, how other cakes were better than this one. 30 minutes, and that was my job, was to listen to the complaint. And I was like, this is not really happening. This is like, when I was like, wow. It was a shock for me. It was literally a shock for me, because I was like, these people created me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but, and then I start paying attention to what I say to myself. All the things, even when I dance, like if I come into the room and I see great dancers, and I'll be like, oh my God. You know, something I learned with experience and with love, just by my passion, is like, you can always be amazed for someone else, always. But you can always know that you are as amazing as them. Mm-hmm. There is no difference between us as human beings. You can be anything you want. So sometimes I do really celebrate when I see someone dancing, that they're incredible, they're better than me. I celebrate it, because I feel like by me celebrating that, I'm getting that into my own energy, and I can be as well as them. As dope as them. And it really works. It really works. It's incredible. It's incredible. So the last one is psychology. A good psychology will always empower you. Bad psychology doesn't have an answer. You basically probably already know what I'm talking about. But if I step into a audition and I say, let's see what happened. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to go and see what happened. And then I see great dancers, and they're learning it faster than me, and I say, wow, I think I still need to work on myself. I'm feeling like those two statements are positive at some point, but they're not empowering me. I'm not saying I'm going to go to the audition and I'm going to book it. I'm going to give myself, I'm going to give my heart, I'm just going to dance my heart out. This is the last day of my life, and I'm going to enjoy it. This is it for me. This is it for me. I don't care if I don't book it, but I'm going to have the best time of my life. That's empowering. Because I'm going to walk there and I'm going to be like, okay, let's do this. This is different. It's not just being positive. No, it's really feeling it in your heart and your gut, like saying, okay, this is going to be better. It happens to me once, and this is a true story. I was so tired that day, because as a dancer, you do many auditions. Sometimes you don't get nothing. 90% is rejection in this career. So I have an audition, and I have to drive 1 hour and a half to go to the audition. I wake up and I sit on my bed and I say, no, I don't think I'm going to go. I'm talking about driving 3 hours, warming up at least 1 hour before the audition, getting sweaty. I have to prepare my meal. I'm super tired. I can just stay home, stretch, eat, relax, and watch a movie. and then I lay down on the bed, and I feel something. And I sit down and I say, no. This is what I came to do, to this country. That's what I left my family, my girlfriend, and everything I had to do this. I'm going to go to that audition, I'm going to book it, and I'm going to book it. And I drove the hour and a half, and I say, I'm going to book this audition. And I say to myself, I'm going to kill it, I'm going to dance, I'm going to dance. I went and booked the audition, I swear. It was a decision that I made. I swear I did it, I swear. And I'm not lying, this is a true story. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this every day. It doesn't happen all the time, but it did happen one day that gave me a lot of hope, because now every time I go to auditions, I feel like I'm going with that energy, you know? And then it doesn't matter if you're really booked or not, it is still empowering. A lot of things that we see about life, like that we carry on our life, and you say, well, my dad was abusive, for example. My dad was, but this is just an example. My dad was abusive, and that's why I'm a sad person, or that's why I'm aggressive. Well, that's the communication that you're establishing with yourself, and it's about communication, it's about psychology, because you're telling that because of that, you are what you are, and you justify it. That's about psychology. So check on you, what all the things that you think that happen to you, that you think that you're bad, or things are now happening for you in your life the way you want to because of those things. Most of those things you create, that it doesn't exist, you don't need them. You can just drop them like that. That's the way you do it. You don't need treatment, you don't need someone to take a look at it, you don't need to talk to someone and cry. Just drop all that garbage and start living your life the way you want it. Smile, love, respond to the life the best way you can. Always think about a good reason for things to happen. Because you may say, okay, because my dad was abusive, I was like that. But I have another story. There's two kids, same dad. One was rich, one was poor. And then one person had the curiosity and went to the poor guy and said, why do you think you're poor? You have nothing in your life. Why is that happening? Why did that happen? And he said, because my dad was abusive, and I was poor, and it's just what I learned. So, and then the guy went to the other brother and asked the same question. Why you're so successful, you have so much money, why is this happening to you? He said, because my dad was poor, and I didn't want to be like that. So, what's happening to you in your life right now that's making you feel bad, another person out there is not even thinking about it. It's not affecting them. You're just letting that affect you because whatever reason. And it's not your fault, and it's not nobody's fault. It's just things that happen that you have into your life that you can get rid of it. You can get rid of it. Always, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the situation, you have to trust the universe. Not here, not here, not here. You have to trust this. That's what I point these arrows out, because the universe always got your back. There is always a happening. Maybe you have a bad dad, yeah, but maybe that teaches the new generations how to be bad and how to be good, and they can take that decision. You don't know, you know. So always, the way you can fix your problems, even if you have a lot of psychological problems that you know, because we mostly know, you can just choose a good response, a good decision, a good reason for it to happen. If you have a boyfriend that treats you bad and you still hurt, and you look back and still hurt, find a good reason for that. Find a good reason why that happened to you, and you forget about it. And you'll be happy about it. I swear. Most of you will. Most of you will be like, no, I don't want to. I still hate him. But that's the karma you're creating for yourself, because if you love that person, you find a good reason, that's going to come back to you. That's what the karma is. Karma is now saying, like, he was an asshole, he's going to have a bad life. Because by you thinking and creating that, you're creating that energy for yourself as well. So all those bad things that we wish to other people, they come back to you. So 90% is this. Now, last part is this. How do we going to work on this? Because I'm giving you all this information. How are you going to work on this? There is just 5 things that you have to work on. And you know the answers. I need you to tell me the answers. And the most simple things in life that will keep you healthy, good, psychologically, communication. It will help you in every sense that you can see in your life. It's 5 things. And one of those is what does it
Exercise.
Exercise. Is that how you spell it?
You forgot the R. Exercise.
It's okay. Mexican style.
Mexican style.
Spanglish?
Yeah.
Another. You know this one. Nutrition. You know it. You all know. We all know. We all know. We all know. Come on in!
Go to seminary.
That's too.
Like when you're out in something.
Yeah, that would help.
So that is knowledge.
Yeah,
I reading my posts.
expand your consciousness. That's what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you expand your how you start with that? Let's say that you don't have the money to go to Tony Robbins because that's very expensive.
Books, self-helping books.
Then where do you start? Where do you really start?
You start with self-awareness.
Yeah.
Meditation.
How do you start?
You start with self-
How do you start? How this starts? This is the main thing. This is like how people can cure themselves from drug addiction and stuff. This one right here.
Communication. Meditation.
Meditation. You breathing is the most important thing you have in your life. If you stop breathing for 3 minutes, stop breathing for 5 minutes,
We're gonna die.
you die! If you control your breathing, you control your anxiety. Anxiety comes from there. Things from the past or things from the future that you're thinking about it too much that doesn't have an answer, and then you start breathing faster, your heart starts pumping blood faster, and you get anxiety. Anxiety was created for the universe so you can have extra blood, extra oxygen in your body so you can survive, so you can defend yourself. So anxiety is actually good for you. It's not bad for you. Every time you feel like your heart's pumping, just shake it out, move it. Something like that can make you utilize that instead like, oh my God, I'm feeling my heart, Meditation, just sit down 5 minutes a day. Sit down and feel the air that comes into your body and how it comes a little hot, like the hot air that comes out of your body. 5 minutes a day will change your life. I promise. It's not that hard. You don't have to go to psychologists and nothing like that. So 5 minutes can start from there. And once you create this habit, and then you're going to want more. You're going to learn to yoga. You're going to want to learn Tony Robbins and all that stuff. But it starts here. So you expand your consciousness. By you breathing, you're being conscious about what's happening, how you're feeling. Being conscious is important. So exercise, nutrition, meditation. Here I would put yoga, and anything that has to be with the body and the thoughts and the brain. Exercise, nutrition, meditation.
Rest.
Exactly. This is key for everybody. Okay? There's people that sleep 3-4 hours a day. My dad used to wake up at 4 in the morning and read from 4 to 8 in the morning every day, which I thought was crazy. But resting, you know your body, depending on your body. For example, me, I dance sometimes more than 5 hours a day, so I do need more than 8 hours to sleep. And if I don't, I feel terrible. I feel like my life is about to end. Seriously, I feel terrible. So I have to push myself, I'll be like, I gotta sleep at this time because if not, I won't feel good. So, what's the last one?
Water. Yeah, drink water.
That's a nutrition.
That's a nutrition.
Exercise. Meditation, yoga, rest. What is the last one? Nobody?
Be positive.
No?
Give us a hint.
Have one intention.
No, it's actually take care of your nerves.
What?
Your nervous system.
Your nerve system. Yeah, you can take any, you can go into the nutrition and something that is not like a drug, but it's something natural that can help your nerves. Because the way that we live right now and the society how we are right now, we need to calm down. We all need to calm down. Yoga is not like, oh, I'm going to do yoga. This is a necessity. We need this right now because we drive so much, we work so hard, and it's not natural for humans to work this way. So we need this. This is you need it. Nerve supply, you need some nerve supply, some kind of nerve supply that can help you with your nerves. And that's why we are here today to take care about that. There is a communication between the brain and the body. The brain produces chemicals and the body receives them. Okay? So, whatever the body does, the brain will receive it as well. Okay? This is something that I would like to probably explain it in one session because it's very complicated. But it's mainly anything that you think about it, anything that you can think of will create some chemical. And that chemical goes to your body. And your body reads it. So if you have a bad thought your whole life, you're creating a bad chemical that goes to your body and it goes to your liver or goes to your stomach or goes to anywhere. And that's where sickness is created because it's an imbalance. It's more of one thing. Your brain is very powerful. That's why we have to be careful with what we think and what we do. Everything that is around us, and even the people that is around us. Some people say that you are what your 5 best friends are. You eat what they eat. You get the money they get. Like, it's around that, because you have to be careful what you think. You have to choose those things. The best way, for example, to eliminate diseases in your body is a good thinking. It's a good thinking things or imagining things that you want to. Like, even visualization, if you just sleep. I did it my first time long time ago, and it was very amazing. I just sit down and I start imagining the best things that could happen in my life. Like me driving the best cars. I always dream about Lamborghini, so I want to drive a Lamborghini. And I imagine myself driving it. I imagine myself like dancing in a big stadium. Like all those things that you would really want to, you just imagine them, and your brain will create the chemicals so your body feels good. It's not really too complicated, but there is a lot of behind this. Now, why we're here, because we gonna start using our body to send the signals to the brain so we can feel good, we can feel relaxed. And that's what basically dance is like. It's almost putting this, and this together. Because dancing take care of the body. Like, if you do it properly, I mean, I could dance just like this, and my body's resting. Like, I'm letting my body actually relax. If I do this for 15 minutes, this is a good exercise. You want to try it? Try it 15 minutes. Actually, stand up and start doing it right now. Yeah, that's how we're going to start to warm up. Yeah, we're going to do it for 5 minutes. So just start like shaking your body. Wherever you are, if you're moving, you start shaking your body. You see the difference in 5 minutes. So our job right now is going to be creating those signals for the brain to feel good, having the best thoughts that we can have, so we can actually empower ourselves through the session. Like, we got 1 hour and a half. We're going to dance. We're gonna shake it, we're gonna live our life. Nothing we do here is wrong, nothing comes from here. So you can get rid of all your stories. Oh, I don't dance, I never danced before. I don't care about nothing like that. For me, what I see on you is someone that has the possibility of doing what I'm gonna teach you, and then you should be able to do it. There is nothing that I see different from you. You have the same arms as me, you can have the same brain. So whatever I do, you should be able to do it. And this is a work that, this is what we're gonna do, I don't know, whatever. Take care of these things. This is really love for you. Some people say, oh, I don't find love. Well, have you really tried to find love on yourself, like inside? Because that's what it is. Sometimes you don't find it because you're just looking everywhere. So you gotta look here. You exercise, you eat good, you meditate, you pray, you rest good, you take care of your nerves, you're happy, you're not going to have problems, physical problems in your body. It will fix it all. And
Good job.
it's really good, yeah, because I have people listening to this years ago, and they call me after like huge events when they say like, oh my God, you have no idea, like you literally saved my marriage, like just knowing that. With that little talk, like we start like communicating better and stuff like that. So don't sometimes we really have all the answers in front of us, but it's just a matter of really doing what you did today. Sit down, calm down, and listen. You'll find anything you want to find. The universe is always conspiring, it's always giving you clues, it's always giving you signals for you to be better, happier, to be lower, a more loved person, to help other people. There's so much more. And the beauty about this is that when you really expand yourself and you get out of your head and you start doing more things, you can start doing things for others.
Yes.
And that's enough. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.